Paul, this is a heck of a day for you, and I can only imagine what you're thinking right now. But what's it like to get the word that you are going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Bothersome. Everybody's bothering me today. I got TMZ calling me, and I'm figuring, oh, what do they have on me now? Um, it, it's uh, it's rather humbling. You know, it's one of those things that my kids have been after me to do for a really long time because I've turned down the Hall of Fame several times in the past. And but this year it's Triple H, Paul Levesque's first year in full control of determining who does go into the Hall of Fame. It's in Philadelphia, which was the home of ECW. It's WrestleMania 40, so it's a perfect storm to accept. And now that I have, it's quite the humbling experience. It's I didn't realize how much it meant to a lot of people, and feeling that from them has been an extraordinary experience today.
And as someone who, so many countless memories over the course of your career, and like you mentioned with ECW, being a part of Philly and all that, just what has that meant to you? Just because you brought up the perfect storm and going back to the early days of your career, and then looking at this now, you're a Hall of Famer. Um, have you reflected on this at all, and what it's taken for you to get here?
I I I I never dwell on the past. I'm always looking into the future, which is another reason why I've never accepted it before. So I kind of really look at this as my Rookie of the Year award, because I think it's taken 40 years to kind of really figure out this industry and the art of presentation. And I think I'm just starting to get pretty good at it now. And I'm starting to really learn now how to do it properly and to the best of my ability. So if I can just justify it to myself that this is not a lifetime accomplishment award, which means I'm finished, unless this is WWE's way of telling me, hey, by the way, this Mania weekend, that's the last one for you, and it's only 90 miles back to New York, so we don't have to buy you a plane ticket to go home. Unless that's the case, I'm just going to look at this as, a midlife crisis for me that's acknowledged by WWE, in anticipation of all the disruptions I still have left in me for the status quo.
And does that go into you deciding previously that you didn't want to have this honor? Because a lot of times, like especially in other sports, Hall of Fame means it's over. You've got nothing else to put out there, but you continuously put out amazing content night in and night out. Was that part of it, or were you like, I don't want something like this where it's about me?
Well, I mean, if imagine it this way: if I had accepted the award while I was the advocate for Brock Lesnar, and none of my work with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline was part of my Hall of Fame induction, then by now we'd be sitting there saying, "Oh, how did we induct him 5 years ago and miss this whole chapter of his career?" So, the only thing that gives me pause this year is that Roman Reigns and I are not going anywhere. We plan on sticking around. He will continue to be the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion in the greatest title run of all time. And the part of the industry that we are viewing to disrupt now, which would be a disruption of the disruption that we started in August 2020. In a couple of years from now, everybody's going to be sitting around saying, why the hell did we induct him in Philly at WrestleMania 40? Look at all he's done since then. So yeah, that's really always been the thing that I never wanted to accept the induction, because I'm not done with my work. I don't want to go to the cliches of you ain't seen nothing yet, or I'm just getting started, but you ain't seen nothing yet because I'm just getting started.
Philadelphia, a lot going on in Philadelphia, especially right now. Jason Kelsey, Philadelphia Eagles star, just announced his retirement. So it sounds like his schedule is wide open in April. Is that someone you would want to personally extend an invite to? Maybe Travis as well, the NFL bloodline, maybe getting some action with WWE's bloodline.
You know, the Kelsey brothers really, you know, want to see how it's done properly. And, you know, they can come up anytime that they want and witness just how we, the ones, do it. And if they want to bring Taylor Swift with them, then they're more than welcome to, or they're more than welcome to leave her behind. I understand how desperate she must be to publicize her new release based on the enormous publicity that's being generated by Paul Heyman being the most worthy person to ever go into the WWE Hall of Fame. And if the Kelsey brothers want to spend some time in the city of brotherly love, I'll see what I can do to get them some comp tickets, though certainly the three of them could afford it.
I think so too. Paul, this has been awesome. I really appreciate it. It's been an honor talking to you. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the Hall of Fame or WrestleMania?
What would you like me to add?
Anything you want. Really, the floor is yours.
Well, I mean, anybody who wants to come to it is more than welcome to, though I'm sure it's sold out by now, especially with the announcement that Paul Heyman's going to the Hall of Fame. And
Absolutely.
Please don't forget, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, will once again main event WrestleMania on Sunday, April 7th, in a historic title match against Cody Rhodes. And at this time, I'd like to offer Cody Rhodes my congratulations on what I'm sure will be a hard-fought defeat and a great and valiant effort by a man who would be champion in any other era except the era of Roman Reigns.